You see Ethereum crashing to $3,400. You see Bitcoin crashing to $112,000. And you're not sure whether you should be entering the market right now or you should be simply waiting on the sideline, seeing what happens the next days. Now, I want to tell you one thing. It is the time to buy cryptocurrencies. However, at the end of the video, I'm going to tell you when you actually should also sell them, and you should not hold them forever, because the people who hold them forever, they simply lose money in the long term. Now, what you can see on the screen right now are the buy and sell signals that I developed since a while ago, and I am buying right now. I am buying right here. Actually, you can see here my Ethereum trade, which is currently sitting at 0%. Basically, I opened it just a couple of days ago and it's still at the very same price. And I'm holding this trade until $3,750. I'm planning to close it here where we have the next resistance box about this period right here. Now, there is a chance that we're actually going to cross this level and we're going to go straight to the 4K. However, I'm just going to start taking profits right here because we never know what the market can actually pull off for us. However, sometimes we have the really good trades and we have to take them in order to make easy money. Now, if you look at my screen, you will see a bunch of these buy signals. I'll try to zoom out a little bit. You'll see some buy signal here. You will see additional buy signal right here. And the more I go to the past, the more buy signals you're going to see. These are actually a special indicator that I developed, and you can gain access to it if you actually go to this website right here, which is strategymaster.io or strategymaster.substack.com. Here, I analyze the market using the cycle indicators, and I tell when I'm buying and when I'm selling, because my goal is actually to double my money every single year using cryptocurrencies. Here I show 1 week cycle, 2 week cycle, and I show the best periods to sell and best periods to short crypto market. And I also say that, hey, the best period to short will be within the next few weeks because the crypto market is about to go down. However, we still have one last leg left to the upside. Now, if you come back to TradingView and you see every single buy signal is actually profitable. So using the strategy that I developed that you can get in the Strategy Master website right here by simply getting a free subscription and getting a free indicator, or actually going for premium subscription and getting the premium indicator for just 42 euros per month or for $9 per month. These indicators I actually apply here, and I basically trade the market using these indicators. I buy every single time when I see the buy signal, and I sell depending on what the cycles are showing. Now, you see, the more I scroll, even in the bear market, I still buy in good moments, not the best moments. I don't buy the absolute bottom because I would say it's impossible, but I always sell for profit, sometimes larger and sometimes smaller profit. Now, if I come back to the very current situation where we are right now, again, we have a buy signal. And whenever you have a buy signal and you have a fear to buy, it's actually the right time to enter the market. Why? Because the market wants to make us out of the position. The market makers are playing this game where they say, hey, the retail must be out of the position when we crash the market, and they should be in the position when we are actually pushing up to the highs. Okay, but that's how you get wrecked. And if you don't want to get wrecked, you simply buy the buy signals. You buy the bottoms. Now, what I have at the bottom of the screen, I have a bunch of cycle indicators. We can see the daily cycle right here is pushing the new lows. Basically, it's a simple indicator. Whenever it's at the top, it's overbought, and whenever it's at the bottom, it's oversold. And it's a 1 day cycle, okay? And basically 1 day cycle means that how far we are looking into the future. So with 1 day cycle, we're looking about 5 days into the future. So if it's at the bottom, you can expect 5 bullish days from now, okay? Even if we pull this move down, we make a new bottom, let's say at 3.2K, we can still expect about a 5 to 6 profitable days. Okay, and that's where you're actually making money. Now, and if you look at the top of the screen or like just above the 1 day cycle, you will see other indicators. When all of those indicators are showing the bottom, it is always a bottom, and it's always when the buy signal is being thrown. Look at this situation. This is the favorite situation which happened just about 10 days ago. The 1 day cycle was going to the bottom. The 12-hour cycle was at the bottom. The 4-hour cycle was at the bottom, and the 2-hour cycle was at the bottom. So it's a simple buy. You simply buy this thing and you don't even think about it. And when do you sell? Of course, it depends on your risk management. But I recommend to sell whenever the 12-hourly cycle goes above 80. Because at this moment, you actually already entering the overbought condition. Sure, the market can push up and look, oh, sorry for that. And look at this situation right here. The market actually was so strong and it was pushing through the 12-hourly cycle much more. So let's say you entered somewhere there at the bottom, okay? And here you had a 12-hour cycle top. But this whole time, I mean, you even had the 12-hour cycle top here, even had the top here, and even here. So when do you sell? In the end, it doesn't really matter. Of course, there are certain rules that you can follow to maximize your profit, but in the end, your goal is to make every single trade profitable. Well, you're not going to have a win rate of 100%, but if you have a win rate of 75%, you're always going to make money in the crypto market. And that's basically the goal. Okay. So right now, what I expect from Ethereum, I expect us to go up from here. Maybe we'll make another low. Maybe this 2-hour cycle will actually quickly go to the bottom tonight. And then on Monday, it start pumping up. Okay. So we basically get rid of the last retail investors that don't believe in this market somewhere here at 3.2 thousand. Okay. And from there, we go up. That's what you have to do. And that's how you analyze the market. Again, if you want to get access to all of this, you simply go to Strategy Master. $49 per month, you get access to it. You don't have to use any affiliate links or anything. You simply get access, use the indicators for your interest. And if you don't want to pay, right, some people just don't want to pay, and that's totally fine. You can read free articles where I use my indicators and I show when I'm buying, when I'm selling altcoins, Bitcoin, ENA, gold, whatever it is. Okay. Now, just to finish off this video, we have to go to Bitcoin because Bitcoin is king, and which direction Bitcoin moves, the whole market moves there as well. Okay. And we can see a very similar situation. So basically, if altcoins are printing the bottom and Bitcoin is screaming buy, well, it's a buy. It's a buy signal. And sure, look, the 2-hour cycle is at the top. So what might happen? Even with Bitcoin, we might go down once again and we might go up. So sure, you can get this behavior, right? Basically retest the lows and go up. You can even get this behavior, retest the lows and go up. But it doesn't really matter because the buy signal says you have to enter the market. Okay. And every single time the buy signal shouts to you, the market always goes up. Even like this was already a bearish market, but still it managed to go by at least a percentage, right? And you always have a time to actually get out of the market, but you have to follow up on your trades. Like if you don't follow up on your trades, nothing good's gonna happen. But you see, like all these green places, these are actually good buying opportunities. Okay. And I found this strategy about a year, 2 years ago. I'm using the strategy for my daily trading, not necessarily with leverage, sometimes with spot. And this strategy actually makes really good results. So thank you very much for watching. Subscribe to this channel if you want more videos, more altcoins, and more analysis using cycles. Subscribe to the channel and see you in the next one.